Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be VOD reviewing myself and giving you guys tips on how to become a good DE or OL, tight end, whatever. Because I utilize many different strategies for blocking, shedding. You can even call phasing a strategy if you wanted to, but yeah, I'm mainly just going to be showing you guys what I was thinking in each and each play. What the best decision would be, like say if I mess up, what I could have done better, and yeah, that's about it. So let's get into it. So right here, all right, go right, and okay. So the reason I switch here is because now I'm not gonna do the whole video. I'm just gonna watch like 2 minutes of it because we'd be here for 2 hours, right? So the reason I switch here, my tight end right here, he's anchoring right side, and if he's still on the line by then, I know that I can, because he still has 5 more yards. He can walk back all the way to this white line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yards right here. He can walk all the way back here, which means if he really wanted to, he could keep blocking until this white line, and it leaves a perfect switch for me. And I know that MLB wouldn't triple rush here. Usually sometimes they would, but it was a QBB, and I figured that they wouldn't. A QBB is like where quarterbacks go, and they just kind of mess around and play a game in a VIP server. Anyway, so I see. I'm pretty sure. Okay, this is Crom. So I see Crom. He is biting out like this, and I already know that time wants a mid split here. So I turn and face Crom like this. And look, Time's over here by himself, and my tight end is still destroying. And a good pass right there. Tells me to go right. Tight end is doing fine. Good amount of time in the pocket. A little rush throw. And now defense. So let's see. Looks like alright. And here. Right there. It was pretty quick. You might not have saw it. But sorry about that. Right here. So I see Rico. He cannot hit my OL here. And if he does, it's just not going to be good because he pushes his QB back. And I already see him switching, so I already start taking the outside like this. And I see the QB bite inside, and I know if he bites inside, then he's going to try to mid-split. So I turn for a sec, and he fakes the mid-split. But then he goes in shift lock. And if you don't know, shift lock resets your cursor right on your head. So he's a little disoriented for a second. And as soon as he switches, I bite right back in. So as soon as he goes his way, I go right back in, just like this. And I guess it's pressure. I don't know, but all right. So we have, I don't know who that is. Oh, there's no O-line. And here, just not falling for anything. With no OL, obviously the QB is going to be a little scared. So here, I just kind of run straight because he's going to try to buy time to like wiggle around and stuff. Because if he just ran back straight, then he pushes himself back, but he also gives himself time, and that's just pretty dumb. And he tries to spin me out here. I angle myself right, and I get the easy sack. Right here. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, right here. When he takes his mid split, I see time and my short both right here. I see them both right here. So I'm like, oh, if they push up, they're gonna get it easy. He's gonna get 6 yards max if they get a good tackle. So I keep this straight line right here in case he wants to cut back. So we meet. And if he cut back here, then I would have sacked him because I'm running straight and eating up space really fast. I'll let you watch it again. I run straight. He spins around in the pocket. He doesn't throw. And he... Oh. Okay. Maybe he gets 17 yards instead of 7. Sorry, team. Alright. Bite in here because there's no tight end on me. I see my DE getting a little 8 right here, so I take to the outside. Just good containment on my part. And he's pressured. Actually, I don't think that's pressure. I think that was just a lurk. Yeah, he lurked. Alright, so O-line. Alright. So right here. Gets a good shot on me at first, but I recover. I don't switch here because... Why didn't I switch? Okay, yeah, I didn't switch here because I'm already... I can't. I just can't. I already committed to the right hash too far in, and they have pressure now. So, my bad. Don't do what I did. What I could have done better here was stay behind Calvin a bit more. Like after the recovery. So watch. When he kind of half sheds me here, and I start pushing into him like this, I could have, like right here, I could have like just immediately held back, like back on my controller stick, just all the way back, and I would have met Crom like around this area. And knowing Crom or any good DE, they would go outside, which opens up a mid split for time. But yeah, I push into him here. He gets around me a little bit, and time thought I was gonna hold, but I goofed, and they get pressure. Right hash, wide receiver chip, all good though. Mid split, and ideally, okay, here, I did everything okay, but ideally, what you want to do is after right here, after I hit this block on Crom, I should switch, but Crom, I don't know if he is, I don't know if he's going, oh, I got missplit on, let me at least make it to where the O-line can't switch, which is really smart, and you should start doing that on DE, and if there's any examples, picking them off, then I'll try to find them. But yeah, so he picks me off here, so I can't switch. And even though time is at LOS, he's not on his dominant side, because his dominant side is the right side, and he has to throw a crossbody. So technically, they got pressure, but he does hit the fold. Pretty good pass. Going right here, my tight end's here, so I switch. I bite in for a mid split, but it was a little miscommunication. Good shed by Chrome, and probably pressure. I didn't see it. He took left mid split here. Try to get a switch on Calvin, and good sack by Chrome. Here. That was a nice shed by Chrome there, and he jumped in like that. I don't know if he meant to, because it was just a really bad timing at switch. And but yeah, good stuff, Chrome. You did everything right there. You capitalized on my error, so good job. Tells me to go left. Chrome lags a little bit, so I stay back. he just throws a beam. Nothing to really say there. We're on defense here, and okay, let's watch this, because that looked like it should have been a sack. Alright, so here, I make a really dumb read. You shouldn't really do this. You shouldn't really do this. Okay, so the reason I made this read, right? The reason I made this read was because once you see here, my DE, he gets around Rico, and Rico's right here, which means if Calvin is given the space to back up, then Rico can just instantly go into a lane, especially since Plex is biting in here to go for the sack. All Rico has to do is walk up, and Calvin has to walk back, and Plex runs into him pretty much. So I do something really stupid, and I close the space here. I wouldn't really do this. If it wasn't any other QB than Calvin, because he's kind of an idiot at scrambling, and I don't really know how that was a sack. And yeah, all in all, he's pressured, and he threw a bad pass. I'm just kidding, Calvin, you're not an idiot. I know, it sucks without an OL. Good shed here. I try to eat space, and I get mid-split on, and as you can see, I'm embarrassed, and I reset my character. But the reason I didn't read that mid-split is because people don't usually take that tight of a mid-split, which is why I make dumb reads with Calvin, because he's pretty unpredictable and shifty in the pocket, and it's high risk, high reward. Let's see here. So we go right. My tight end's with me. He gets picked by the MLB. Time wants a mid split, but doesn't get one. And then Calvin tries to pick me off here. He's pretty pressured. I think he ace dive, but that's a good job eating space for Crom. So I insta switch here. I see Crom bites inside, and I capitalize on a lane. I get a nice switch. He throws a fold. Alright, whatever. Go right. He jumps Plex. I get shed, somehow recover. And I hold this because I know that Time's dominant side is right side, and he's most likely going to try to mix around to the right side and throw that sideline pass right. Here, let's see if they triple rush. Yep, so they do. I pick MLB for a second. And the reason I pick MLB is to stop him from getting to my quarterback, because my tight end is on the other DE. So stop him from getting to my quarterback, for one. And two, as long as he blocks back, which he did right here. As you can see, his arms are up right here. Right there. And that means then he's like kind of pushed from my block, which means he's going to have... It doesn't sound like much, but he's going to take like 1 or 2 seconds getting back to the MLB position, because he sees... I actually don't really know why he dropped here, unless they're just intentionally not doing scheme. Really, Crom could have dropped here because nobody's near him. But if they're just not, they're not scheming, which I appreciate them for not doing so, because it's a QBB. Because let's see, and I read that he's gonna go back since he's MLB, and basically I just have to win my one-on-one. Crom gets inside of me, and we. I don't know how to explain it. We're just bad. So right here, good lane by Rico. Messed up here by going a little inside at the beginning here. Let's see when I can pinpoint it. Right here. Going a little bit too inside. And I already messed up. Once he has me like this, I already messed up. So yeah, good lane by Rico. Plex can't really do anything. And yeah, that play was pretty much on me if they scored. They have a tight end now. As you can see there, I see him dancing in the pocket, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to eat space faster, and I just hold W. Right here. I just hold W. I just walk in a straight line, because I start seeing him spinning in the pocket, because if he cuts back, then he just runs into me, right? So decent pressure. Middle was open. Our defense fell apart pretty hard this game. And there I made a dumb read because it's Calvin. My short pushes up. Should be an easy tackle, but guess that's too much to ask. Let's see. Looks like a mid-split. Go right. Plex misses the block, so I'm like, okay, let's try a mid-split, catch him off guard, mid-split early. And this is what I was talking about, the ideal thing to do, right there, perfect. So after I hit Crom, after the mid-split, let's see, right here. After I hit him, I kind of shed him away for a second with this last block. I shed him away, and he goes this way, and I switch to Calvin, and Time is absolutely by himself. And he throws another crossbody. Not his strongest point. Got to work on mid-splitting to the right side more. Plex getting picked by the MOB. Good job staying legal. Wide open because Plex is still on him. By staying legal, I meant staying within his 5 yards at tight end. Plex gets jumped. Mid-split right. MLB pushes up. Wide open mid. Perfect. Let's see what happens here. Go right. Definitely double blocked by Plex there. I don't really know what that was. Maybe he got pushed a little from me, from my hitbox, because we're all jumbled up right here. I mean, Plex is like, it's like 6 yards, bro. So here, try to open up for a mid-split, turn my body to kind of fake Crom. I fake a split. Oh, this is just kind of a cluster. A cluster frick. I don't really want to explain that. Time felt pressured. Here, on the numbers, obviously red zone. We could triple if we wanted to, but I mean, it's a QBB. I don't think we did. Did we? No. No, we didn't. Okay. So here, in red zone at DE, just want to keep them in the middle. Stay to the outside. That's why we line up on the numbers. Just keep them in the middle. Because even if you don't get a shed, it's better than him rolling out to the sideline onto either one of his dominant sides or a side where he can easily hit a crossbody, right? So here, all the way outside, I bit in, but Calvin didn't really capitalize on it because I guess he was looking for the pass here. It was there, but we got a swat up there. Good recovery by Crom there. That would have been dangerous. It was a nice recovery. And a good swat from us. I don't really have a lot of DE stuff for you guys today. Because, I mean, we're just 3 and out, usually, because Calvin doesn't really have an OL. I set it for the mid-split. Beautiful pass, but our wide receivers are, like, rusty or something. Tells me to go right. I'm going to keep this. And the reason I keep this, I would only keep this lane with Time. I would have switched a lot earlier. Was is this right here? I push into Calvin really hard right here because Wugga, or I don't know if it's Des or Wugga. Time likes to throw this sideline right here because it's his dominant side. He's been doing it for the 22 seasons he's been here. Anybody barely ints it because I don't know. And so I keep this so he has all this space to work with. He can walk up a little bit. Let's see. Yep, he does. He gets to about right here. So that's about, I'd say 4 or 5 yards away from the line. And he does actually throw it. And okay, but he put the ball away. Just like I said. Wow, I didn't even know he was going to actually throw it. But yep. And it was Wugga. Wugga runs this route. And I turn around. Wugga's right at the top of your screen here. I don't know if you can see that. And the ball's in his hand right here, which means it was a good pass by Time. Let's see. I get shed there. Good shed by Calvin. Nothing I can really do. Alright, and this will be the last drive. This will be the last drive that we do. see Rico rolling out to me. He has too much time. I think he's going to try to get a couple yards before he tosses here. So here, I don't really know what happened there. Hold on. It's just like stuff that people wouldn't do. I mean, his reaction time here was fast. Like, I didn't even think that I was capable of doing that. And then me and Plex both get spit on. So, okay, actually, no. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Because that's pretty subjective. And there, did the same thing again. Wow. Okay. So, I want to talk to you about how this is bad. Alright. So, I keep the outside. Because I'm like, oh, he is going to probably cut back out. And I second guess myself. I'm like, nah, he wouldn't do that. So then I get a lucky phase, and it probably would have been a sack if he kept going. But he jumps out of it. Rico gets a good lane off me. And I think that's a touchdown. No, he swatted. We'll do one more defensive drive because there's not really that much DE stuff here. Alright. Come out here. Keep the outside. Very good tackle by Plex. I don't even know how he got that. Come here. Get a little bit pushed by Sai, unintentionally, of course. And there. That's what you call a delayed block push. He's not hacking at all. It's just delayed block push. Could be due to lag, anything. Get the shed here, and I get really close, and then he hits me. Like his arms are down, right? So that's just a delayed push. He's not hacking at all, so nothing sus there. Just the game. So I get off him, and his arms are down, and then I get pushed back like that. So just a delayed block push. I think I was pretty mad about it because I would have either stopped a run or maybe even got a sack. But it's also QBB, so I probably wasn't mad about it. And their time just gets mixed. Good shot on the tight end there. Can I get there? Nope, but Plex does. Oh, almost a shot on Rico there. That's a bad pass. He wasn't really pressured. Alright, here, get the shot on Rico. Good switch by Rico. QB would have been in trouble if he didn't do that. And here I bite out the outside because I see Plex get the shed. Alright, I want to talk about what I just did here. Because I showed my friend this the other day. So, from right here, I'm looking at Plex, okay? Usually in every situation when it's just me and one-on-ones, I try to look at my other DE. Because he jeopardizes what I do next, right? So, if, let's say he didn't get laned at all, and Rico can't reach him, and he starts running away, then that means I tell myself, okay, Rico can't reach him, he's going to try to switch. So then I can prepare myself to run away from a switch, and Calvin gets even more pressure because none of us get hit in the first place. But let's say that, no more pretending, and let's say what happened has just happened. Plex gets laned, and it's just me. Just me. One-on-one versus a QBB. All I can really do is run straight and not really let him get around to the sideline and LOS. Because I don't want him to take I don't want him to take an exponential curve around right here, all the way to the LOS, because it would make my short have to push up and possibly leave a fold or deep open or mid open. So here, I think Plex gets this shed. Oop, I think Plex gets the shed right here. So, yep, he gets the shed right here. I see Rico can no longer recover. Like, that's too far to recover. And Plex is running away just like I was talking about. So then I take to the outside here. And I take to the outside, I'm going to run a straight line. And the reason I do this is because Plex is eating space here. He's eating space really good. And Calvin, and he steps back. He steps back just like this. And even though I'm like 5 yards away from him, kind of misread it wrong. But I scare Calvin. Like, he knows that he can't walk that far back before he's either sacked by Plex or me. And he kind of dances in the pocket. I'll let you watch that again. Plex gets the shed outside. Kind of jiggles in the pocket. Should have been an int. But, you know, what can you do? So right here, almost got a lucky phase. Alright, in here. Alright, the only good thing I did on this play was that last part. And right here, I bit so far in. This is a free lane at this point. I really don't know what I was doing. This is a free lane at this point, because Rico can just meet me right here. And that's exactly what he does. He meets me right here. Can't really do nothing. And Plex picks him off of me. And then I pick him off of Plex. Or, no. Plex picks him off of me. And then I occupy Rico. So, I pick him back. So, me and Plex both pick him here. So, let's watch that again. I cut in like an idiot. He walks around me. Easy lane. Plex picks him. And then I occupy him. So, Plex can get a 1v1. And Calvin, I guess he didn't see it coming. Or looking down the field, looking for something, and wasn't looking at the DEs, and Plex gets a sack. So yeah, picking off is very strong, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about earlier. Picking off in some scenarios is very strong. So here, pretty much just a standstill between Plex, and I can tell he's pressured. That was a bad pass, not really a smart pass. I can tell he's pressured by the way his movement in the pocket. You see how he's like squirming, like dancing around in the pocket. He's doing that to buy the most half seconds he can, just for somebody to get open. And when nobody got open, he slung it down midfield, and they caught it because our team sucks. So right here, I just run a straight line and he walks into me. Back to what I was talking about earlier. If you're on a straight line, eat up space quick, then they might just walk into you. Because the worst thing, worst thing that happens, if he keeps this outside here and keeps this outside, then the OL's out to play. If he had kept this outside, let's see. If he kept this outside right here, and say he wanted to scramble to the 20 or the sideline, or maybe even wrap all the way around for a run, the worst that would happen is Rico can't reach me right now because he's in a click animation and I'm in a block animation and can't really do anything about that. And I think that's partly why he got sacked in the first place, because maybe Calvin didn't call a side or something and caught Rico off guard and he clicked. Yeah, so he kind of clicked at the beginning of the hike and he just couldn't block me. So kind of on Rico, kind of on Calvin. Maybe he didn't call a side. I don't know. I can't really place blame there. Just a miscommunication. And there, and get laned. Try to make the tackle. Good lane by Rico. And Calvin just walks in. Alright. So, I hope you learned a little bit from this video. I'll be doing more of these. Maybe on other people. Maybe on me. Giving y'all more tips, since a lot of people want them. And, yeah. Stay frosty. Slack out.